Hi, welcome to this really quick tutorial all about how to group elements together and lock them in place. When you're editing your template, sometimes you'll want to highlight something by clicking and dragging your mouse to highlight lots of different elements at once to group them together. And you can do that by two different ways. You can either do it by clicking, holding your mouse down and dragging it across the whole area, and you'll see that you get this white dotted line box and you get all the purple lines around all the different elements. That's grouping that collection of things together, and you'll find that you can then move it about as one on the page, which is really helpful. Now you can also click the group button up here and it will take away the individual element. That's now one item. So even if I click off that, if I click onto it, I can't move the individual item. Everything moves as one. It's really helpful when you're moving things around the page. Now, in order to undo that, when you then want to sort of separate the elements back out, you just simply click on it. And if it is grouped, it will give you the ungroup option. So you just click on ungroup and it will ungroup everything again. And then you'll be able to move the items independently of one another. So that's just a really helpful way of being able to move large pieces or large chunks of your design around at the same time without everything kind of coming out of alignment. Now, what you'll also find when you're doing that is that sometimes when you're trying to highlight lots of items, there is another way you can do it as well, which is highlighting or clicking on them all individually, but it's a bit time consuming. It is a lot quicker just to draw a purple box around them like that. But you can individually click and you hold the shift key down and you can just click all the different, let me just ungroup them first. So you can hold the shift key down and then you can click all the individual items. Let's say you just want those. You can go up to group, they're grouped. Now, when you move that and guide bit will stay there because it's not part of the group. So let me just go through and undo a few of these steps. Now, what you'll also find is when you go sometimes to highlight something, you'll click on an area and go to as if you were going to drag your purple box over the archway in the text. And annoyingly, the thing underneath actually is what you've grabbed and starts moving. This happens quite a lot. And when it does, it's really annoying, but there is an easy fix for it. So when this is happening in a design, you can just click here, you right click, and you get a whole load of lovely options that come up, one of which is this padlock icon with the lock here. So if you click that then locks that layer in place so it doesn't move about. So then you can click on it, but it doesn't affect it. And then you can drag your cursor to cover the elements that you would like to group together. They're then grouped together and you can move them around successfully. So if you want to then release the lock on this, it's really, again, super simple. It will actually now come up with the lock button and the unlock will be here. So you can just click unlock and then you are able to move that element around again. So hopefully that will be helpful. It took me ages to figure out how to do that when I first started designing in Canva, and I only wish it was something I had known from the start. So I really hope that knowing that is helpful and saves you from having to individually click on each element to group things.